Welcome back, comic fans, to another edition of What You Reading. And read some comics. Read some comics. Hey, by the way, people ask me all the time, "What are you reading when you're not writing? What are you reading?" And I guess they appreciate the perspective of a professional writer. Um, and I'm trying to bring you that, folks. So recently, I read this absolutely awesome hardcover collection of what I believe is a six-issue miniseries called Dwellings by Jay Stevens. I've been a fan of his for a really long time. I love his Land of Nod comic, his Jet Cat comic. A lot of different stuff he's done. And this guy's like a comic book polymath. Um, you know, artist, writer, graphics, lettering, colorist. I mean, this guy can do it all. Animation, just a terrific, fantastic cartoonist whose stuff I really dig. And I love the whole, his own particular style and his retro work. He's a real student of cartooning, and he brings it all to this. What I have to admit is a really peculiar story, although peculiar in a good way. It's a horror novel told in six parts, um, and drawn in a kind of quasi Harvey Comics style that, believe it or not, sometimes blunts what's going on, and other times enhances what's going on. And I think it's all it's all by intent. He's blunting some of the proceedings on purpose, and using this cutesy poo Bigfoot humor style to emphasize the horror elements of the story, and really really engaging stuff. It's a bit episodic because he wisely broke it up into standalone stories, but it all kind of comes together at the end, and it's basically the spooky going on in a town in Ontario, a fictional town called Elwich. And you can see here that the style he's going for and totally nails. These comics look as if they may have been done in the mid to late 60s. And everything, the design work on these, everything is just marvelous. And it's a really creepy, disturbing story, which he obviously meant it to be. And all the more disturbing because of the style he's drawing it in. And there's a real continuity to it. There's lots of callbacks in the stories to previous events, previous characters. And to me, this is pure comics. I mean, this guy always has been an awesome storyteller. And these stories draw you in and keep you there through all of the weird proceedings. Devil worship, human sacrifice, serial killers, ghosts, people who are obviously homicidally insane. Just great stuff. I mean, and unique. He has a unique voice as well as his art style. His dialogue is idiosyncratic to himself. Word choice, phrasing, and it all works to create this really engaging, really believable reality. This universe he's created, this horrible, creepy, disturbing universe that he's created. And another plus here is that he did house ads, imitation house ads for items on sale that you can't mail in for. And his, I mean, look at this. His graphics design is so on the money for the period, and it's really neat because the house ads enhance the creepiness of the stories, because a lot of times they relate to what's going on in the stories. And then I love his ad copy. His ad copy is sometimes, in place of ad copy, he'll have poetry or just some bizarre phraseology. I just like everything about this project. And I was a fan of his before. I'm even more devoted now. And I mean, you can see, you remember, if you remember these from when you were younger, or you've looked through older comics, these kind of ads, and some of these are hysterically funny. I imagine there was a lot of giggling going on when creating these pages, and and he just really puts it across. It's a swell package, a really lovely, thick, chunky hardcover book from Oni Press. And if you're into that kind of thing, if this interests you at all, I suggest you go out and grab it because it's pretty cool. Well, that's it for me. Till next time, I'll see you all down the road.